Hare Krishna, welcome to our Bhagvat Gita discussion by Bhagvat Gita as it is, written by Srila Prabhupada. And this is our introduction part 2. Let me do the prayer, and after that we will start our discussion. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So, as we discussed in our last video, that and our last conclusion was this universe and this Bhagavad Gita, whatever spoken, is main preliminary 5 things are Paramatma, Jiva, then nature, then time and karma. So Paramatma is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna himself. Jiva means we are the living entities. Nature is God has created to maintain these jivas in this universe, or there are millions of universe everywhere. Nature is there, is called as Prakriti, and is Mother Prakriti, and which is God have appointed some demigods to control it, and they created some rules, regulations in it so that it can be controlled. Then time is everything is bounded with time limit. Within this time it will be there, after that it will be destroyed as per the laws of nature. And last is karma. Is the day-to-day activities, and whatever we are doing in living being in our life are called karma. And remember that Paramatma, Jiva, nature and time, these things are eternal, and those are controlled by God, direction by demigods. And the karma only God will not control, that put inside the jiva's head. So whatever the jiva will do, based on that is good sukruti or bad sukruti will be calculated, and according to that the jiva will need to face the situations, and whatever the miseries, what is the sufferings, or what are the happiness, relaxation, everything the jiva will get by karma. So make sure to do good karma. So let's start today's introduction part 2. The Supreme Conscious Ishvara is similar to the living entity in this way. Both the consciousness of the Lord and that of the living entity are transcendental. It is not that consciousness is generated by the association of matter. That is a mistaken idea. The theory that consciousness develops under certain circumstances of material combination is not accepted in the Bhagavad Gita. So, the living entity, okay, Ishvara is the Supreme Lord and similar to living entities. Ishvara is similar to living entities, and both are consciousness, and this consciousness is not generated now or coming contact with something matter, it will not create. because consciousness is already exist from earlier. That's why it's called eternal. But some philosophers tell whenever matter is there, some consciousness will form there now. That is false. Consciousness is already present from earlier and which is eternal. Consciousness may be pervertly reflected by the covering of material circumstances, just as light reflected through color glass may appear to be a certain color, but the consciousness of the Lord is not materially affected. So consciousness is already present, like example given by Prabhupada here. Suppose light is already there, but you will put one glass, colorful glass, the reflection will be the color, light will be shown as color. And we if we compare this as consciousness, the main consciousness is already there, but whatever happening in the matter to do is activities and all, that we can see only that one, but it's seen as new one, new is created like that, but that is not new, that is already existed. And whatever will change the color of the light, that will not change the source light, correct? That's here telling here. But the consciousness of the Lord is not materially affected. So that's why consciousness of Lord is not be changed, not be affected. Lord Krishna says, Maya dhar keshena prakriti. When he descends into the material universe, his consciousness is not materially affected. If he were so affected, he would be unfit to speak on transcendental matters as he does in Bhagvat Gita. One cannot say anything about the transcendental world without being free from materially contaminated consciousness. So the Lord is not materially contaminated. Our consciousness at the present moment, however, is materially contaminated. So this consciousness we have in all living being, whatever do or bad, you are doing bad karma or good karma, based on that your consciousness seems to be changing, but whatever will change there, the main consciousness of God, which is not affected or not changed by changing this. Like sunlight is coming from sun and suppose falling on the floor or some buildings, so there are colorful buildings. So light fall on green color building, we think that is green light kind of thing. It fall in red building, we are think this is the red color building. But different color we are changing. The sun original light will be not change. Sun will not change to green or blue or whatever, right? Similarly, here it's telling that whatever conscious we have, we change it, but that main consciousness of God will be not affected, and that will be not contaminated. In pure consciousness, our action will be devolved to the will of Ishvara, and that will make us happy. It is not that we have to cease all activities, rather our activities are to be purified, and purified activities are called bhakti. So what is bhakti? Bhakti is the purified activity. Whatever we do in our conscious is called bhakti, and we feel happy because that God consciousness, whenever we realize, we feel happy. Activities in bhakti appears to be like ordinary activities, but they are not contaminated. An ignorant person may see that a devotee is acting or working like an ordinary man, but such a person with a poor fund of knowledge does not know that activities of the devotee or of the Lord are not contaminated by impure consciousness of matter. They are transcendental to the three modes of nature. We should know, however, that at this point our consciousness is contaminated. Same thing. When we are materially contaminated, we are called conditioned. So, material means whatever we are day to day facing here, means material activities we are doing here, those our consciousness is changing, and it's called conditioned, and which is called conditioned souls. That's where false consciousness is exhibited under the impression that I am a product of material nature. So we think that we are the material of product nature, and that is the false. This is called false ego. So what is called false ego is that we are thinking we are this body and we are made for this material world, and this is our false ego, and we are the product of this nature, material nature. This is false ego. One who is absorbed in the thought of the bodily conceptions cannot understand each situation. Bhagavad Gita was spoken to liberate one from the bodily conception of life, and Arjuna put himself in the position in order to receive this information from the Lord. One must become free from the bodily conception of life. That is preliminary activity for the transcendentalist. One who wants to become free, who wants to become liberated, must first all learn that he is not this material body. So, if you want to be liberated, you want to know your real truth, who you are, then you need to follow this process, and you need to remove the false ego, that don't think that I am the body of this nature and this body is I am. That is false. You need to come out from that so that you can get liberated. One who wants to become free, who wants to become liberated, must first of all learn that it is not material body. Mukti or liberation means freedom from material consciousness. What is mukti or liberation? So mukti and liberation means getting escape from this material consciousness. So now our consciousness is contaminated by the maya of this material nature. Once we will come out from here, we got mukti or liberation. So we will come out from this birth and death cycle. In the Srimad Bhagavatam also the definition of liberation is given. Muktir hitava yatha rupam swarupena vyavasthitihe. Mukti means liberation from the contaminated consciousness of this material world, and situation is in pure consciousness. So same thing is present in Srimad Bhagavatam also. All the instructions of Bhagavad Gita are intended to awaken this pure consciousness. So all the instructions given in Bhagavad Gita is for this only. How we are the soul can be liberated and go to Godhead. And therefore we find at the last stage of the Gita's instructions that Krishna is asking Arjuna whether he is now in purified consciousness. Purified consciousness means acting in accordance with the instructions of the Lord. This is the whole sum and substance of purified consciousness. Consciousness is already there because we are part and parcel of the Lord, but for us there is the affinity of being affected by the inferior modes, but the Lord being supreme is never affected. That is the difference between Supreme Lord and the small individual souls. So as we are in this material universe, material world, and we are surrounded or affected by this Maya, our consciousness or our soul is contaminated. So Krishna wants us to realize that we are contaminated and how we can eliminate it. it, and how we can go to Godhead by getting the pure knowledge, true knowledge, who we are and what is our consciousness. Those teachings are present in this Bhagavad Gita. That's why Arjuna, God is giving to the knowledge of Arjuna this knowledge, so that Arjuna can know who he is and what he is doing, so that he can do his karma properly. What is consciousness? This consciousness, I am. So we are telling I am. That is called consciousness. Something is happening there, we can able to know. That is called consciousness. Actually, our consciousness is knowing it. Then what I am? What am I? In contaminated consciousness, I am means I am the Lord of the all I survey. I am the enjoyer. So, as our consciousness is contaminated, we think that we are the enjoyer, we are the Lord. But that is not true. The world revolves because every living being thinks that he is the Lord and creator of the material world. Material consciousness has two psychic divisions. One is that I am the creator, and the other is that I am the enjoyer. So whatever we are creating, we are thinking we are the enjoyer. Example, we are cooking some food and we think that that food is for I created it, I am the creator. But that is not true. If you think, suppose one example, you will cook rice and you think that rice is mine, I created it. But no, rice is coming from the rice paddy, and that paddy comes from soil. Have you created the soil? Have you created the paddy tree? No. Everything is by God only. But actually the Supreme Lord is both the creator and the enjoyer. But so if you think this one, we are not created the rice. So like that, God is created. So like that, everything, whatever you are seeing, whatever you are realizing, everything is created by God. And the Supreme Personality of Godhead, He is the enjoyer. We should not think that we are the enjoyer. And the living entities being part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, and we are the living entities and are part and parcel of Supreme Lord, is neither the creator nor the enjoyer. We are not the creator nor the enjoyer also, but a cooperator. But we are cooperating it. He is created and enjoyed. For instance, a part of a machine cooperates with the whole machine. A part of the body cooperates with the whole body. The hand, legs, eyes, and so on, all are parts of the body, but they are not actually the enjoyer. So if we consider another example, in our body, this is my hand, this is my head, this is my eyes, this is my nose, this is my mouth, this is my leg. But they are not enjoying. We are enjoying, right? We are using those like that only. It's telling that. So, but they are not actually enjoyer. So this hand, legs, and all, they are not enjoyer. The stomach is the enjoyer. So whenever these things, our body, hand, and everything working and putting the food inside stomach, then stomach is the enjoyer. The legs moves, the hands supply food, the teeth chew, and all parts of the body are engaged in satisfying the stomach, because the stomach is the principal factor that nourishes the body's organization. Therefore, everything is given to the stomach. One nourishes the tree by watering its root, and one nourishes the body by feeding the stomach. For if the body is to be kept in a healthy state, then the parts of the body must cooperate to feed the stomach. Similarly, the Supreme Lord is the enjoyer and the creator, and we as subordinate living beings are meant to cooperate to satisfy him. This cooperation will actually help us, just as food taken by the stomach will help all other parts of the body. So in this example we have seen our hand, legs and every body part trying to get food and putting inside to stomach, because the stomach is injured and the stomach is producing digesting it and producing energy, and so that we can operate it, our legs and every organs. If the fingers of the hand think that they should take the food themselves instead of giving it to stomach, they will be frustrated. So our finger think, no, I'll eat food and I'll enjoy. Then it will be frustrated. It's not able to possible. Then it will be frustrated, right? The central figure of creation and the enjoyment is the Supreme Lord. So who is the enjoyer? Here in our example, stomach. So like that, in our life, God, Supreme God is the enjoyer. We are just helping, organizing, correct? And the living entities are cooperators. So living entities are cooperators, not enjoyer, or not the creator also. By cooperation, they enjoy. The relation is also like that, the master and the servant. If the master is fully satisfied, then the servant is satisfied. Similarly, the Supreme Lord should be satisfied. Although the tendency to become the creator and tendency to enjoy the material world are there also in the living entities, because these tendency are there in the Supreme Lord who has created the manifested cosmic world. So, if the owner or if the creator will pleased or enjoyed, then if the master is enjoyed, the servant will also enjoy. So like that, we will make God happy and he up so that we can be happy. We shall find therefore in Bhagvat Gita that the complete whole is comprised of the Supreme Controller, the controlled living entities, the cosmic manifestation, eternal time and karma or activities, as all of these are explained in this text. So these things are explained in Bhagavad Gita. All of this taken completely from the complete whole, and the complete whole is called the Supreme Absolute Truth. The complete world and the complete Absolute Truth are the complete personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna. All manifestations are due to his different energies. He is complete whole. So here every creation, everything, whatever there, everything happening through Krishna's energy. So he is the whole. It is also explained in the Gita that impersonal Brahman is also subordinated to the complete Supreme Person. Brahmano hi patishtatam. Brahman is more explicitly explained in the Bhagavad Brahma Sutra to be like the rays of the sunshine. The impersonal Brahman is the shining rays of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Impersonal Brahman is incomplete realization of the Absolute Whole, and so also in the conception of Paramatma. In the 15th chapter, it shall be seen that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Purushottama, is above both impersonal Brahman and the partial relation of Paramatma. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is called Sat Chit Anand Vigraha. So, in Gita it is explained that the Brahman is also subordinate of this creation, and so Brahman is also not whole, absolute whole, and also concept, also Paramatma. Yeah. So Supreme Lord is the whole, and others are not whole. Means not complete. And the Isvara, so there is one sloka written that Ishvara Paramaha Krishna Satchit Anand Vigraha Anadir Adir Govindaha Sarvakarane Karanam. Govinda, Krishna is the cause of all causes. He is the primal cause, and he is the very from the of eternity, knowledge and bliss. So Sat Chit Anand. Sat means true. Chit means we'll come to, so the explanation is there, and Krishna's body is full of bliss, peace. Okay, and he is the principal cause, and he is the very eternity, knowledge and bliss. Impersonal Brahman realization is the realization of his Sat, eternity, means which is already exist feature. Paramatma realization is the realization of Sat Chit, eternal knowledge. Chit means knowledge, but the realization of the personality of Godhead Krishna is realization of all transcendental features Sat Chit Anand, eternity, knowledge and bliss. So Krishna is Sat Chit Anand, means Sat means eternity already which is true and already exists, knowledge, the jnana and bliss is complete Vigraha. Vigraha means form. So some people tell God is formless, but here in this sloka it's telling Vigraha. So Paramatma Krishna is Sat Chit Ananda Vigraha. So eternity which is already there, eternal, knowledge, all jnana and bliss is there, and complete Vigraha. Complete Vigraha means one form is there. So combination of Sat Chit Anand is called Paramatma, and which is Krishna. People with less intelligence consider the Supreme Truth to be impersonal, but he is transcendental person, and this is confirmed in all Vedic literatures. Yes. Nityo Nityam Chetana Shitanannam Katha Upanishad 2.2.13. As we are all individual living being and have our individuality, the supreme absolute truth is also in the ultimate issue, a person, and realization of the personality of Godhead is realization of all the transcendental features in his complete form. The complete whole is not formless. If he is formless or he is less than any other thing, then he cannot be complete whole. The complete whole must have everything within our experience and beyond our experience, otherwise it cannot be complete. So here it's explained that Krishna or Supreme Godhead is complete. That means some form is there. It's not formless. If it would formless, then it will be not considered as complete. Correct. The complete whole, the personality of Godhead has immense potencies. Parasya Shakti Vividava Shruteyate. How Krishna is acting in different potencies is also explained in Bhagvat Gita. So, how Krishna potencies, they are unlimited potency he has. That is also explained in Bhagvat Gita. We are going to see in Bhagvat Gita further videos. The phenomenal world of material world in which we are placed in is also complete in itself, because the 24 elements of which this material universe is a temporary manifestation, according to Sankhya philosophy, are completely adjusted to produce complete resources which are necessary for the maintenance and subsistence of the universe. There is nothing extraneous, nor is there anything needed. The manifestation has its own time fixed by the energy of the Supreme Whole, and when its time is complete, this temporary manifestation will be annihilated by the complete arrangement of the complete. So this creation, universe, all things and this creation happen, all manifestations, and once that God has already set the time there. So once that time will finish, complete, everything will be collapsed and everything will be destroyed. So this is the cycle: manifestations happening, destruction happening, again manifestation will happen, again destruction will happen. So this cycle and everything explained in Bhagavad Gita, so that we are going to see in further videos. That's why it's complete, actually, starting, ending. So Bhagavad Gita contains the complete knowledge of Vedic wisdom. So Bhagavad Gita have its complete knowledge. Correct. So today this much we can discuss. In next video we'll continue this introduction further. I am Sandeep, and you are watching the YouTube channel Science of Soul. Hare Krishna. See you in next video.